Welcome to the original Yearbook podcast, brought to you by your local Midwest Yearbook representative, Jamie Silver, proudly representing Herff Jones Yearbooks. Jamie shares his lifelong passions for yearbook and photography to bring you inspiration, how-tos, and timely reminders to support your publication. Please sit back, enjoy, and remember to hit that subscribe button so you don't miss future episodes.
Well, hello everyone. This is Jamie Silver with Herff Jones and Varsity Brands. Welcome to the February episode of the Yearbook podcast. For this month, we're going to do something a little bit different. Rather than the typical demonstrations I've shared with you on the software itself and the nuts and bolts, I realize this is a crazy time of the year as far as deadlines and all that. So I wanted to share 4 topics here today, and you're welcome to fast forward by the kind of chapter markers below, but 4 topics that I thought might be helpful. Now, the first 2 are looking forward to next school year, just to give you a sneak peek. So you may have heard from me that we've been hard at work on recreating eDesign from the ground up for quite some time now. It's been a large investment for us, and we're happy to show you a sneak peek of that. And the main benefit of this new redesign is getting away on our dependency of Flash. Like any website you might be using unrelated to Yearbook, there's a lot out there that have been tied up with Flash over the years because it was a great platform in the past, but moving forward, it is gone as far as Adobe is concerned, and HTML5 is replacing it. So we've been hard at work in recreating eDesign. Now, all that really means to you is you won't have to deal with that Flash, prompt all the time when you log in. Again, it will be completely separate from Flash. So I have 2 quick videos. They're both a couple minutes long here, just to share a sneak peek with you, and I'll be right back.
A whole new eDesign experience is coming this spring. The redesigned eDesign is built on the latest web technologies and runs in any browser with no need for Flash. The updated eDesign sports a fresh, modern look. The tabbed interface allows you to navigate quickly between the different eDesign modules. In the library, you'll see the sections of your library designated here. Right now, I'm in Candids, and if I select an image, I'll get the large preview on the right, and I can make that preview even larger. With an image selected, I can use my arrow keys to scroll right and left through the images. Jumping to the book module, we see a new grid view for the latter. This allows you to see the contents of lots of pages in a single view. When you click a spread, you'll see the information about that spread in the pane to the right. You can double-click to see a spread in a larger view, with the page assignments to the left and right, and a sliding tray at the bottom where you can navigate to other pages. When you open a spread in Page Design, you'll see a bright new interface. The control panel is now located at the top of the screen with a refreshed look and larger controls. The tool panel opens and closes to free up screen space for your designs. If you want it to stay visible, you can click to pin it open. The library panel is on the right, and it gives quick access to your images, templates, art, and mods. The new design of eDesign was created to work well on any computer screen, from a 27-inch iMac to your tiniest Chromebook. This keeps you productive regardless of the computer you're using. We'll be providing more previews over the coming weeks, and we look forward to sharing the experience with you when the new eDesign launches next spring.
So as you can see, it's a great new interface. Not a lot of learning curve to go with it though, because you'll notice that it looks and feels very familiar, just fresh and updated with the new platform being HTML5 instead of the old Flash. So I hope that helps. We have one more to share with you here, and this will give you a little bit more insight to what the new interface is looking like.
The redesigned eDesign is coming this spring. In this video, we'll provide a few more sneak peeks of what you can expect. Let's start out in the library. In addition to the normal image uploader, you now have the option to drag and drop images from your computer. As the images upload, you'll see the image thumbnail and a progress bar on each image. When you upload, eDesign does a check for duplicates and provides an alert with image previews if duplicates are detected. This makes it easy to prevent duplicate image uploads. Let's jump to the book module. As we showed in the last sneak peek, the new eDesign has this grid view for your ladder that allows you to see lots of pages at one time. In the control pane, you see all the info about the spread. The different page statuses make it easy to track where each page is in production, and you have simple button controls to move pages from one stage of production to the next. Let's take a look at the new staff activity reports. On this screen, you'll see a summary of each staff person and a line graph of the team's activity over time. You'll also see a top 5 list based on staffers' time spent in eDesign over the designated time period. If you click on a staffer's name, you open an individual user view like this. You have a line graph or a bar graph view and a listing of all the activity in the different categories. Those are just a few of the new things you can expect from the redesigned eDesign launching this spring. Stay tuned for more sneak peeks coming soon.
So I don't know about you guys, but the ability to quickly and easily drag and drop pictures to the library to upload, and then as you saw Mark demonstrate there with the easy buttons to change the status of a page, I think these little interfaces, little tweaks to a great program we had already is really going to make it a lot better for next school year. So you can see those videos on our website too, but I wanted to share them with you here. And again, as Mark said, we'll be having more sneak peeks come out in the near future, but I want to share that with you. Now, speaking of next year, and this tool will be out for next year, and you can play with it this summer. Next year, I wanted to bring up the topic of recruitment and bringing people onto Yearbook staff. Now, there's a site here, and I'll include a link below as well if you want to grab some of these resources. But many schools that I've talked with recently in the last month or so have been either preparing for or have started recruiting and bringing people into Yearbook for next year. So on this page, we have some great resources to help you do that. Everything from PowerPoint presentations that you can use to kind of talk about the skills and what goes into Yearbook, to social media badges that you're welcome to use to help promote the Yearbook at your school. Little shout out here at Hinsdale South, a picture from last year. But the whole idea here is to really scout out and bring students in and show them how much fun we have on Yearbook staff. So even things like this, where we can download these little pieces to help you, again, bring the Yearbook into view and really bring people in, including an application process and recommendation forms. So if you would find this helpful, please click below in the link below and we'll get you more information on recruitment. Now, switching back to a topic that applies to probably everyone watching this video as well as myself, and that's for this year and next year going forward, is proofing and reproofing. So this is one of those topics we all want to make sure we pay a lot of attention to. And I have a little checklist here that I'll share with you. Again, there'll be a link below. And I'm not going to read it to you here, but I'll highlight a couple that I think are really important. And then you're welcome to download this and use this with your Yearbook staff. As far as verbiage, words on the page, you obviously want to make sure spelling is correct. Name spelling is very important. You want to make sure all your stories are credited correctly. And this is a big one. No matter what software you're using, whether it's eDesign or InDesign, overset text is one of those things where we don't want this to slip through the proofreading process because it means text is being cut off. So in either of those programs, you're going to see a little indication, either a diamond or a red triangle in the bottom right corner of the text box that will let you know that there's more text and the box is too small to display it. And the simple solution is making the box larger to reveal the text that's being hidden. Now, eDesign will look out for that, and it'll warn you as you go through the pre-flight process and all that. But as you're working on the pages, whether it's InDesign or eDesign, you're going to see that all throughout the time you're working on the pages. So just look out for that and make sure that that's corrected because you don't want that to slip through. Now, from a design and photography perspective, this is a big one. We want to make sure all the photos are high-res, focused, sharp, and they're facing the right direction. So, both programs are going to watch out for resolution for you, but you just want to make sure you're using the best of the best. Now, speaking of photos, you want to avoid doing this. Now, I know sometimes we have to, or sometimes just an easy way out, but you want to avoid stealing photos off the internet, unless it's a source where you're actually buying them and you have permission to do so. You want to make sure that you have permission to do so, you credit them correctly, but also if you're just grabbing images that aren't meant to be shared and you're grabbing them from the internet, they're most likely going to be, back to resolution up here, they're going to be 72 dpi off the internet, and they're not going to print well. You're probably not going to like the results. So you want to make sure that you look out for that and just avoid doing that in general. And then going back up to this one, this is another important topic I like to highlight, especially as a photographer myself. Unless you've decided otherwise, you don't have a dominant photo, but if you do, you want to make sure that dominant photo, crosses the gutter as it says here, and it's obviously the most dominant picture on the page. And much like type, the dominant photo is helping your reader follow where you want them to go on the page. So making sure that that dominant photo is clear. Again, there'll be a link below if you want to download this checklist and use it on your yearbook staff. Please feel free. Moving on to the last topic for today's podcast is JEA. Now, for those of you who are not familiar with it, JEA is a national organization. They put on 2 conferences a year, and these conventions are amazing. Think of it as the Super Bowl of the yearbook world, newspaper world, journalism in schools. So this event, the one coming up, is in April, and it's in Nashville. So what an awesome city to be to go visit, but also I would encourage you to click on the link below to registration. You can register now, and then you can come in here and look at the schedule and the keynote speakers. There is a wealth of information at this event. If you haven't been to this event, I highly encourage you to check it out. And make sure you stop by the Herff Jones booth as well. We'll be there. We are a proud sponsor of JEA. So I hope you found that helpful today. Again, a little bit different this month. I wanted to kind of keep this short so you guys can get back to work. But I'm always here. Please feel free to reach out to me directly, as well as anyone on my team, as you know, including Rudy or one of our many tech support advisors. As a team, we're here to help you. Have a wonderful day, and I look forward to talking with you soon. Thank you.
We hope you enjoyed this episode of the Yearbook Podcast. Please be sure to hit that subscribe button, and as always, feel free to reach out to Jamie and his team anytime. Jamie can be reached directly at 920-965-6262 or 847-561-8525 or at jesilver@herffjones.com.